The staff at the rescue centre were becoming more and more concerned about Bruno's behaviour, and it was getting worse and worse and was becoming really quite severe, especially towards other dogs. Anytime they would try and get Bruno out, take him for a walk or let him have a little bit of a run in their paddock, he was absolutely losing his mind, and he had quite a severe incident with another dog in the process. However, the staff were convinced that Bruno is a really nice, good dog, and when he first came into the rescue centre, he was brilliant with other dogs, so they didn't quite understand what was going on. Now, me and my team regularly volunteer at this rescue centre, and we love helping rescue dogs. It's one of my biggest passions. So we were more than happy to get Bruno out and help, and we observed the behaviour in the rescue centre, and they were absolutely right. It was quite severe. The reactivity was intense, the pulling was intense, but more importantly for me and my team, what we noticed was that the arousal level of Bruno was through the roof, and then all of these behaviours were spilling out because of that. So something had happened in that rescue environment that had created or triggered this incredibly high arousal state of mind, and then from that state of mind all of these negative behaviours were coming. Now, due to Bruno's age, and we never will be able to know for sure with things like this, I was interested that potentially Bruno had gone through his last fear cycle of his puppy developmental stages, and in that fear cycle something might have happened that to us might be completely irrelevant, however has created this intense emotional outburst for Bruno, which again is leading to these states of arousal, which is leading to the extreme behaviour. So first of all, we had to get Bruno out of that environment to start to test this thesis. Is it the environment that's creating the behaviour, or has Bruno developed into a dog that is very high drive, high arousal, and is developed into a dog that really doesn't like other dogs? Now, when we first got Bruno here to my centre, it was quite evident that the level of arousal had significantly decreased. Now, make no mistake, Bruno is a very high drive, high energy Staffordshire Bull Terrier, but it was nowhere near what we were seeing in the rescue centre. So straight away we started to think that that is going to be a huge part of what we're going to need to look at and work on to be able to set Bruno up for success, because my biggest concern was that even if somebody wanted to give Bruno a home, if they go to the rescue centre and see that behaviour that he's displaying there, it would be understandable for somebody to not want to rescue Bruno, especially when they're trying to get him back in the kennel. He'll start spinning, crocodiling up the line. He's just recently started mouthing at people's legs and grabbing onto their... I think that's their biggest concern. They want to know if that's
malicious
aggression or
just frustration. Yeah,
I'm guessing he's just hyper frustrated. Yeah. And first of all, we wanted to prove that that was the root cause of the behaviour that we were seeing, and we could also have footage that we filmed to show Bruno's potential outside of the rescue centre. But you never know how long these dogs are going to stay in the rescue centre for. So if we can work on that behaviour and make his time in the rescue centre more pleasant for him, and not be putting him in these extreme states emotionally, that's obviously going to be a win-win as well. But first things first, we took a step back and we wanted to kind of give Bruno a really fun day. We wanted to give him some fun training, and we wanted to set him up for success. We also really wanted to highlight his potential so that future potential owners could see, if you could just get him out the rescue centre, this is what Bruno is capable of. So we did one of our tune-up drills. We worked on his communication with him. We got him working with me and my team here at the centre. We got him handling really nicely on a lead. A bit more pace, I think. Get going. That's it. Yeah. Move with him and head up. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Nice. You've achieved what I wanted, but to keep moving now, head up and do some of the, use the length.
Yep.
Do some full runs and get really go. Oh, lovely.
Right.
That is what I wanted to see. He's toned down, hasn't he? That energy's come down a little bit.
Good.
We got him around other dogs, and we were able to see that actually he doesn't hate other dogs. We weren't at a position where we could trust letting him off lead with other dogs to really kind of test through what that level is, because safety of him and the other dogs is always paramount, and we didn't want to add the additional stress of quickly muzzle training him to be able to test that process. But long term, that is exactly what we would do. We would get him really positively muzzle trained, and then transition him to being able to interact with other dogs with a muzzle on, which if things did go bad, we would have that safety process of the muzzle there to be able to protect things from becoming a disaster. It's quite a straightforward
Yeah, I think he's
leadership is love 101 case.
good.
It's my classic pyramid, isn't it? Leadership, relationship, communication thing. You can now communicate with this dog because leadership has built the relationship, which has opened the pathways. But it became very clear to us that he is a very smart dog, absolutely loved the training that we did, was really keen to engage with me and the trainers, and we spent a lot of time working on heel work, working on focus work, and working on basic obedience of sit and stay. Again, the foundation of all you really need to be able to have a dog that you can just go into life and bring with you and keep under control. And that went absolutely beautifully. Now, it's always good to be able to get the dog out of the rescue centre, and here at my training centre is a beautiful environment to be able to train the dogs that we work at. We also have a multi-acre paddock that they can go and really run and play, but we also like to be able to take them to new environments and test the work that we've done here at my training facility in real world situations. So with the time that we had left with Bruno's day with us, we took him to a coffee shop and we worked on these basic principles of training. Walk nicely with me in town no matter what's going on. And that went absolutely beautifully. If I need you to sit and wait nicely with good manners, that's going to be absolutely superb. And we did that in the coffee shop. We were able to go into a coffee shop where there was multiple other dogs. There was loads of other people, loads of noise going on. And although he was alert and looking, which is understandable for a dog with his background and limited socialization, but through just a little bit of loving leadership being added in, a little bit of basic obedience, a little bit of basic communication with the appropriate equipment, we were able to have him calm and settled and to be able to enjoy an afternoon in a coffee shop with us. Now, the heartbreaking thing is always taking these dogs back to the rescue centre. And when we did that, that is where our thesis of the rescue centre being the trigger for the devolving behaviour was proven absolutely true. And although we had made absolutely ludicrous amounts of progress outside of the rescue centre, when we went back into the rescue centre, those behaviours did devolve quite quickly back to what they were at the start of the day. Now, because that is so highly arousing for Bruno and we didn't want to finish the day on a major negative, we swiftly got him back into his kennel environment and we got him into the quiet side of his kennel where he immediately decompressed and was back taking treats from us and was having a lovely time with me and my team of trainers, which poses the interesting question of what do you do with a situation like this? We could work on training in the rescue centre, but me and my team can only be there so often and we can't be there 24/7. And if the handlers of Bruno can't implement the level of training and handling skill that we have 100% of the time, it can be detrimental to the process. So through thinking about it, what we decided was that actually we were going to put management strategies in place for Bruno at the rescue centre to be able to minimise the amount of opportunity he can get into that incredibly high arousal state. And we'd be able to use the amazing footage that we filmed of him here at my training centre with other dogs, out in town, out at coffee shops, to really highlight his potential and help the owner understand that any behaviours that you might see here in the rescue centre are specific to here at the rescue centre. They've been triggered by something that we will never truly know why those behaviours are there. But if you can see through that little blip of bad behaviour, come out of the rescue centre, be able to come and work with me and my team as part of the transitional programme, that you'll be able to very, very quickly in the space of just a few hours be able to get to the point that we were at with him, where he was beautifully behaved around other dogs, beautifully behaved in coffee shops and beautifully behaved in town centres. He settled in a crate wonderfully, which we worked on during the day as well, which again makes that transitional process a dream. So if you are interested in rehoming what is a wonderful dog, despite the challenging behaviours that we're seeing at the rescue centre, and would make an absolutely incredible companion for somebody that does lead an active lifestyle, that does want to be able to take their dog for a nice walk, maybe be able to take them out into public and have them safe and under control, Bruno would be a beautiful fit for you. So if you're interested in that and want to work with me and my team as part of the transitional process, there'll be a link down in the description box below. You can go and reach out to them and hopefully maybe we'll get to work with you very soon in the future.